Well, hello everybody. So today I got a new VCR. It is this Toshiba VCR that you see here just on top of my Fisher VCR. I got this VCR at a flea market. It is the indoor flea market, the same building as where I got my Mitsubishi HSU82, but it was not the same shop. It was a different room. It was not the same place, but it was the same building, the same flea market. And the person who sold this, he said $20. He said it will be for sale for $20, but then I took the VCR and I tested it with one of my tapes there, and well, the tape did not load all the way. Like it will not load around the head, and well, there is the loading belt that was slipping. So the belt was bad. I knew the belt was bad, but so then because it was not working, I said I would get it for $10, and so yeah, I got this VCR for $10, and well, then I fixed it. I replaced the belt and the pinch roller too, and so this VCR has a mechanism that I've already had. It's actually the same mechanism as the Toshiba VCR that I gave to the VCR King, the model Z-26C. Only this one had a slightly different mechanism, but it was the same chassis. And well, the front looks a lot different from my Z-26C. This one is like a later model. Yeah, I think it's from 1989. So yeah, there's this door that opens just on the front. So there you have the functions for programming, the buttons for programming the clock and the timer, the main VCR functions. And there's the tape speed button, SPEP, for when you want to record. There's a real-time counter on this VCR, and hours, minutes, and seconds. And here on the OSP, it's like a on-screen program, like it displays like a blue screen with ratings on the TV. Like it displays the time and the counter rating. 0 return, so it will rewind or fast forward to the time 000. And this remain time is like for showing the time remaining, I think. And for resetting the timer. And so yeah, I'm just going to flip the VCR on its back so you can see the back. Here's the back of the VCR, and right here there is the model number M-3285C. It's not a stereo VCR, it's a 2-head mono, a basic model from the 80s. So this VCR was purchased in January 1989. So this is what is written. Purchased 19 January 89. So this VCR now I've replaced the pinch roller and a belt, and it's actually fully working now. Even the picture works well. So one thing that is strange on this VCR, unlike my Toshiba Z-26C, it instantly loads the tape on the heads on stop mode, and even fast forward and rewind mode have the tape loaded on the head. While my Z-26C had the tape unloaded on stop, fast forward and rewind mode. So even though it has the same chassis, so that is pretty interesting. And even when the VCR is turned off, you can see the tape is loaded, which I don't think is very good. And then on stop mode, the drum is not rotating. Now I will press play. it's playing just fine, and well, the picture works on this VCR. It does not have auto tracking, so yeah, when the picture is not good, you have to turn this knob. So on my Toshiba Z-2086C, this motor was very noisy, and on this VCR it's noisy too, but it's less noisy. I think this is normal. I think all these Toshiba VCRs have a motor that does that noise. It also loads faster, this motor, compared to my other Toshiba. And now I will press fast forward. It spins a bit with the pinch roller engaged, then it disengages the pinch roller and goes to full speed fast forward. So since this VCR is from the 80s, it's not fast. So it has the tape loaded on the heads when fast forwarding, which is not a very good thing. It's a pretty dumb idea to have that. The clock has not been set, and you can see the cool timer. So now we'll take a look at this motor mechanism here. So there is the loading motor. So this is the motor that drives the tape guide that places the tape on the heads. And it is this belt that I have replaced. It was really all stretchy, and yeah, it stretched a lot, and so it wouldn't turn. So it broke, and well, yeah, it stretches a lot. And I've also replaced the pinch roller, and this was the worst pinch roller I had seen in the VCR. It completely, it basically ruined all the tape that it was touching. This pinch roller. This is what it was doing. So I'll show you right here on this tape. So the VCR, the pinch roller, did this here to any tape it was touching. So this was pretty bad. Good thing this tape is not an important tape, and it was already broken. So this is the tape I use for testing VCRs and like for broken VCRs. And here's the pinch roller. As you can see, it cracks a lot. And well, I could cut it in half just by handling it like this. And well, it broke in half, which is not normal at all for a pinch roller. And when I replaced it, I was able to remove it, and I replaced it with a pinch roller from another VCR that I have recovered. So it's a good idea to keep pinch rollers. So I've been lucky that I was able to replace the pinch roller, because often you can't really, it's very hard to remove it. Like I've got some other VCRs where there was a screw to unscrew to remove the pinch roller, and that screw will not come out when I was trying to unscrew it with a screwdriver. So I was not able to take the pinch roller out. And this is basically the same mechanism as my JVC HR D142U, which is this one. It is stored there. I've already compared this JVC with my Toshiba Z-2086C. It's basically the same mechanism, but with a different carriage and different idler mechanism. I did not replace this idler tire, and well, it is fully working. It didn't need to be replaced. So this is pretty interesting. It has a cam gear just under the loading motor. So yeah, that mechanism is kind of similar to a funai mechanism, the famous funai cam gear mechanism, with the cam gear just under the loading motor. There were a few tie wraps that I cut I had to remove to like move these wires so I could access the belt, so I could replace it. And the main difference between this mechanism and the other VCR I had is that this VCR has their direct drive capstan motor, while my other VCR had a capstan motor. It was placed on the top side here and facing down, and it was driving a flat belt to a flywheel just under the capstan motor. And well, this VCR, it has a separate motor for the idler, so it's not the same motor that drives the capstan and the idler. It uses separate motors. So just like the mechanism in this Zenith VCR here, the Toshiba VCR uses 5 different motors. So there's one here, one here, one here for the drum that rotates the drum, and one at the back just under the capstan motor, and then the other motor there. And so silver tips, when you put your finger near the sensor in this VCR, it does not do anything, because it's not the sensor that detects the insertion of the VHS tape. So here I have the VCR flipped upside down, and you can see the mechanism. I removed the bottom cover, and here on this plastic it says the date. You see here this arrow is pointing 88, and here is pointing 10. So this VCR was manufactured in like October 1988, and it was in the store in Quebec in January 89. And so this is a quite interesting mechanism. I would say the top side is a bit more interesting than the bottom side, but this is a quite special mechanism. It has those circle gears that drive the tip guides. So just like this Fisher VCR that I recently reviewed and compared with another VCR. So there's a cam gear just under here, and this is the mode switch is driven by this cam gear, and here there is a gear that drives these circle gears. And also one difference with my other Toshiba VCR, these gears were not black like this. And here's the direct drive capstan motor. Like my other VCR had a belt that went from a motor there to a flywheel there. So this is better to have a direct drive motor. And well, right here the idler motor. So right now this motor is turning to make the tape turn.